Hey, this is Mike from Junkion Crafts and Builds. TFCon 2023 LA has come and gone this month, and they had a lot of really cool exclusives. MMC came out with a new exclusive, and it's really nice. It's a needed addition to anyone's collection, and that is the RMX-10 EX Motif, their version of a G1 Rewind. Now, if you're not familiar with this guy, he is one of the many cassette bots that come with Blaster, but we're going to look at this guy. So let's begin. We'll start with the front of the box, and as we have this really cool image from Jaguar. As I said, it's RMX-10 EX Motif. I am number 248 of this series. So we have the front of the box. On the side here, we have what appears to be a repaint of the TFCon exclusive for Steeljaw, only this time the motif for Blaster is actually going to be twin cast. And it has this really cool gimmick. Oh, sorry, there's the top, and there's the bottom showing the other half of twin cast. But if you want to see the gimmick, you kind of pull this down, it's magnetized, and there you have instant access to Motif. Instead of having him in his cassette case, he could theoretically just pop right out, like so, and you wouldn't have to worry about opening up the box if you wanted to mess with the figure. But since we're going to go ahead and look at the figure, let's open it up and get out the accessories. And out of the packaging, here are all the accessories that comes with Motif. As you can see here, we start out with this plastic cassette case that can hold him. Again, it's really, obviously it's reminiscent of an actual cassette tape with the size, nice clear design with this little swirly accent piece for it. And he just fits in there. Just have to move him slightly to get him back in spot. So there's that. And like I said, out of the box, he's not actually in that. But what is in the cassette case is his bio card. Again, this nice image that we have on the front of the box from Jaguar, and on the back we have the bio, so you can pause that and read as you so desire. And we got some really cool images here of robot mode and cassette mode, as well as his stats. Okay, so there's that. Wrapped around the cassette case is his instruction manual, and again, this is kind of different from what we had in the original cassettes with Rumble and Frenzy, and also different, I believe, from the other exclusive, which was their Steeljaw, whereas the cassette case has a kind of taped in portion here to allow you to slide the cassette in there, and then if you fold this out, you see all the instructions. 19 steps to turn him from cassette to robot. So that's nice, and actually goes around there. Awesome. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at the rest of the accessories that it comes with him. And we're going to go over what should come in the retail version of this figure, and then we'll point out the TFCon exclusive accessory pieces. So we'll go with his blasters here first. He has a pair of them. Again, nice goldish bronze deco on black plastic. A couple of accent pieces here, and he has a handle which is out of package folded up, so you could actually attach this to his back, and we'll show that later on when we get to the robot mode. But if you fold it down, he's got a grip, and again, 2 of these, so simple enough. Next we have 3 face options. So we'll start here with this one that is a slightly smiley face, because he can be happy sometimes as he's recording all this information. We have stoic face number 2, or you can say maybe he's slightly smiling, I'm not sure. Again, nice enough. Still bluish metallic paint across the visor, red face, white plastic. And then we have angry face, so again, same deco going across, nice enough. And now we'll go into the exclusive pieces for TFCon, which starts out with a alternate head, and I believe this one is a little more reminiscent of the G1 cartoon and toy in regards to the fact that it has a larger faceplate, smaller area for the eyes, but again, looks really cool. And it's very slightly from the default head we're going to look at here. And then he has these shoulder pieces. Now, these are going to help create more of a studio aux look for him. And they actually work in tandem, where you would put this piece on the shoulder first, and then this slides over. And we'll go through that as we go into robot mode with this guy. But that is the accessories that we get out of the box for Motif. And Motif is in his cassette mode, which again is a real life-sized replication of a cassette player tape that we've grown up with if you are like me and an 80s kid. The paint deco on the front here to simulate the stickers and whatnot is amazing. It's really like one of their best versions. If I can go back and look at some of the other cassettes that I've gotten from MMC. But this one is really nice. It's a kind of a semi gloss here on the black, black plastic here and white. As you see, we kind of got two different colors of white along here versus up top. It's a little brighter. There's the bottom. You can see the head. You get the sides. These do like to slide in very easily, but they are covered pieces that will hide away when we go into robot mode. And here is the back. Again, he's upside down, head, crotch. That's really all I want to go through on this guy. It's a really nice deco and a really cool representation of the character. But let's go ahead and transform him into robot mode. And here is Motif in robot mode. And as you can see, this was my very first video where I added a transformation sequence. Again, I'm not a step-by-step transformer reviewer. If you want to see step-by-step instructions on how to do this guy, where it's explained to you really well, look to my friends of the channel, TM Reviews and Peg for Life and T-Man978, whenever they put their videos out about this guy, and you can have other options and everything else. But I'm glad you came to look at this video. So anyway, let's go through the aesthetics of Motif here. Again, really cool. As with the other MMC tapes, they are larger, obviously in scale for the Masterpiece line compared to the Takara Tomy or Fanstoys or Deformation Space characters. I personally like larger scale. Other ones don't. They want tune accuracy and all this other stuff. But to me, this guy is really cool. I like him a lot. So as you can see here, this is the default face that comes with Motif out of package. And it's nice for a G1 representation, but the TFCon exclusive head looks a lot better. So I'm going to go ahead and swap them out right now. And it's really simple. All you got to do is kind of just go in here and pop the top off. It's just on a ball peg. And we'll go ahead and put the exclusive head on, snap it in place. And I think that looks a lot better for the figure. I do like it. And I'm fortunate to have been able to get this guy. But anyway, so again, aesthetics are really nice. Not a lot of paint. It's a lot of molded plastic, but the accents are sharp and applied very well. As you see on the chest, we have this little design here across his chest. This little belt here. He's got his abs and then like the crotch piece area here. And moving on down, and you can see here on the side with those pieces folded back, it kind of hides all the paint from the cassette tape mode. And there it is from the back. You only get that little blip of paint. As you can see, we have other pieces that cover down and hide all those applications. And then we have the inside of his legs here that show some more of those paint apps from his cassette mode. But all in all, really nice. You know, articulation, again, he's on a ball peg, so you can go all the way around. You can look up that far, look down that far. Shoulders can go up and also go up a little higher. So he can definitely strike a T pose. We have bicep rotation and a single jointed elbow. Right, or am I lying to you guys? Let's see, there's one, there's two. Double jointed elbow, yay, for above 90. So that's on both arms. The only downside I have right now, my nitpick at this point for the upper body, is these cover down pieces don't lock in very well. So they will be sliding around throughout the impressions video here. And we have this little bit of a built-in articulation that he could theoretically have, a little bit of a bicep or pec move here. All right, so we went through the elbow, wrist, rotation, and we have single pinned fingers, right? And do we have, nope, they're all, I think they're all together here. I'm trying to see if the end at the pointer finger is separate. Don't see it moving, so I'm not going to try and break it here. But if it is, we'll do it when we try to put the weapon in. Okay, so continuing on down the body, like I said, we have the abs. We have a really cool and really good ab crunch forward, back. We actually have a waist swivel here on him. Moving down to the waist, and we're going to get his arms up out of the way. Again, these things kind of slide around, but we have waist covers here on his side and on the front. Nothing in the back. So that allows us to go out this far with both legs. We can go up to do a full kick. We can utilize the double jointed knee function here and get a full knee bend. Breaks the sculpt a little bit, but that's okay. If you're going that far with the knee bend, you're expecting that. Ankles, we have a little bit of ankle rotation here. Again, you can get a little bit more if you fold these pieces down that I was going through the transformation. They're really tight, but hopefully they'll loosen up over time through multiple transformations if you transform him back into cassette mode at all. But moving on, we have a hinge, a pinned hinge here for a toe rotation up, nothing down, and that's what you get for this guy. So all in all, for the size and what you're getting, I think he has a lot of articulation. He can put out a lot of personality in your photos or as a display piece in your collection. So let's get him armed up here. So we're going to take the blasters we have, and we're going to put one in hand and one in his back. We're going to slide it right in here. Again, that kind of pops out a little bit, but we're going to slide that right in the post. Goes down. You're going to have a little bit of a gap here because of just how the sculpting on the arm and the gun are. But there's that, and it kind of rests in that little bit of a groove there, as you can see. Actually not until I go and actually show you here. But you can see this little groove piece here on his arm that kind of helps push that, have that gun in place, so it's definitely not gonna come out. All right. And like I said, on his back, we have these little spots here, little squares. So let's go ahead and put the other piece in, and that just hopefully tabs right in like that. Doesn't help keep the cover pieces in place, but it does look good on his back. So that's most of the accessories. minus the other exclusives for TFCon. So let's go ahead and try to get those on here. Okay, so that is his accessories minus the special pieces that came with the TFCon exclusive. So let's go ahead and put them on. So first thing we got to do is take off the default shoulder pads, and those simply lift up and pop right off. And we're going to go ahead and put on the first of two pieces, and I believe they just simply slide in like that, and then you pop them over a little bit, and you can leave it just like that if you wanted. There's the first of two pieces. Now we're going to put on the other piece. So you can see here there is a bit of a deco or a sculpt on the top part of this here, and that's going to help you realize which side you want to put it on. But honestly, you could reverse them around and it's not going to make much of a difference at all which side goes on where. But the placement is simply like that. But that is the alternate head and shoulder pieces for Motif. Let's compare them with some other figures that we have. And for comparisons, we're going to go with the obvious pair of Rumble and Frenzy from MMC. I'm not going to tell you which one's which. I'll let you choose on your own. But as you can see, he said it sits right along with them. And as we continue with our comparisons, I'm doing all of my felines that are also TFCon exclusives. We have the cell shaded Jaguar, Steeljaw from last year's TFCon, and the TFCon exclusive repainted Jaguar Doccat. And before I forget, here is a comparison with the smaller bots that we have. This is the Fanstoys version of Rumble Frenzy, Laserbeak, and this is the Deformation Space RAMHORN that came with their blaster. And for our final comparison, we have, of course, Blaster, which is the Deformation Space version, and the Robot Paradise version of Soundwave. And even with him standing on this little mound here, they look fantastic together. I think the matte plastic finish of the Blaster goes well with the paint scheme and the accents of Motif, compared to like kind of a more flashy, shiny, glossier paint scheme that I think we're going to get with the Fanstoys version of Blaster. My final impression of the TFCon exclusive Motif, I like him. I think he looks really, really good. He is a continued evolution of MMC's successful engineering. Again, you know what to expect from these guys. There's not going to be a huge amount of paint, but you're going to get playability and articulation, and this guy has it in spades. I think he comes with a nice variety of heads, and the blasters look good, fit well, and most importantly, they don't have any hollow spots that you can see if you have him stored in his back like this. And fingers crossed that MMC can finish this team this year between TFCon Toronto and TFCon Orlando. So that's my impressions video. Thank you for sticking through the length of this video. If you please, if you like what I'm putting out here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll know when I bring out new videos. I cover Transformers, 1/12 scale figures, and I truly appreciate you taking the time to look at everything. I hope you enjoyed the pictures following on here. Thanks again, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.